What's up, guys? Z Farrells here. We are live on the MUT Team of the Week 15 review. Usually we do this during MUT lunch. We're at home this week. I'm a little under the weather, but we're going to get right into it. First guy up, Atkins. Just no chance you're picking him up. So we'll just do a quick this week. Ingram has really high 94, I think, finesse move. So he's decent. Pretty good for budget team with 91 excel. Decent size. Strength in the 80s and block shed, like that makes him serviceable. It doesn't make him super balanced, but it doesn't make him like it's not in the 70s and really, really, really bad. So even though you're only getting like 94 pass move instead of like 97, which is kind of like the threshold at this point, you still, it's not like he's giving you like 70s, and he's a decent budget player. Hicks is garbage for a DT, no strength. No block shed, like for cheap. You can do way, way better than Hicks. Alfred Blue. You can do a lot better than Alfred Blue. But he's not bad. He's balanced, but you can do much better. Robert Ayers is interesting, and not just because he's a giant. He does have 95 power move. The 85 strength's okay in the block shed. He's not going to be a run-down player, but 92 excel, like I said, you want to kind of see 97 on these guys now as what you're looking for. But the 92 excel is that kind of secondary thing that, that's not that bad. 80 speed's pretty decent for an end in a 4-3. All right, David Johnson is the card most of you guys were looking forward to. What a run last night he had in that game. 95 speed he ends up with, 94 excel. He's a trucking back, so the agility goes down a little bit. We talked about that last week with Lacey and Crowell, how there's not many backs that have high trucking and have the agility. I think what you would do is compare this card to Todd Gurley, Football Outsider, and let's do that real fast and see if we can come out. This is one of the better cards to come out this week, so we'll take a little extra time with it. Try and compare it to the 88 Gurley that came out and basically make a quick decision. But there's a lot of backs. The Johnson's way stronger, which I like, and their agility and excel are flipped. So depending on which one of those two ratings you like more, I'd go there. Gurley better at trucking, more elusive. Gurley's going to break more tackles. 95 carry is nice on the Gurley, although 90's about the threshold of where I would consider it. Better catching from Johnson. So overall, you get a little more strength. You don't quite get the trucking. You're going to get more broken tackles, but the strength might help you go forward a little bit. And depending on how you like agility and excel, I would guess that the Johnson's also going to cost less at the end of the day. So not bad for what you get right there from Johnson. Deshaun Jackson. Let's take a quick look at the chat and see if they've got anybody. Everyone's using the Gurley is what they're reporting, so maybe a stick to the Gurley. They're talking about the Odell stuff. Deshaun Jackson, I don't like this item. I love his flashback if you're going to get a Deshaun Jackson. I like the route running here. 92's pretty good, and the elusive's pretty good, but they're better Deshaun's. I still think the Amari Cooper is going to blow this card out of the water. Plus, the catch in traffic is a disaster, so you really cannot get this Deshaun. Marcus Peters is the other guy that I really, really like this week, along with the Johnson. 94 speed, 93 press, which to go with 94 zone coverage, I personally don't think you need that much press in zone coverage. I've talked about that before. But he's got solid man across the board. I think at 88 in the third guy this week, his price will come down pretty low. And with 94, that's pretty legit. Obviously, only 78 play rec, so he's never going to be Night Train Lane. He's never going to be Richard Sherman. He's never going to be those guys. But maybe he's like a baby Sherman a little bit. So that's what I would do with the Peters if you wanted to play zone coverage. He's a guy you could possibly pick up for your team. Teddy Bridgewater. This is a great card on any other day because you have his Road to the Playoffs came out, so he's now got a couple versions off of his really nice base edition. And Marcus Mariota, though, is just going to dominate this item. Like the 88 Mariota is better than this pretty much. And the 91 Mariota that just came out is obviously better than this. He's much faster. I do like this Bridgewater, but the Mariota beats him in throw power, beats him in everything, I think, but deep accuracy. So unless you really, really want deep accuracy above 90, you're going to lose on throw on the run, you're going to lose throw medium, you're going to lose throw power, you're going to lose speed, you're going to lose excel, you're going to lose on a lot of areas. So I wouldn't pay for this Bridgewater, especially because you've got to pick up all the other items to get him. Geno Atkins isn't actually going for that much right now. I think he was 110. 96 power move is very good. 96 strength is very good, but only 90 block shed. I think that his acceleration is 90, but Gilbert Brown has 92 excel. So if you're going to pay, why not just get Gilbert Brown? He has 92. He's up there in the strength. He still has 92 rush move, which is deep, which is good. He's more of a run stuffer, but Gilbert Brown has 92 excel, which is kind of like his hidden stat, where the Atkins you'd figure it would be the excel. So I would definitely pass on this Geno Atkins, although the 96-96-90 combo isn't a bad mix. If you look at Gerald McCoy's 94, he's got two really high ones. I think he has 98 power move, but only 89 block shed. And then if you look at, say, some of the other, like, those are the three ratings you want, some mix of, and one of those is always kind of going to take a hit. So I think the Watt would be better if you put him at DT. There's the Road to Playoffs Hankins. You get a lot of this for probably less of the cost. So I'm going to pass on Atkins because there's so many good defensive linemen out there. The Leroy Glover has 96 power move, but not the strength of the block shed of this Atkins. So I would put this Atkins above that one. But too many other options at D tackle. So once again, these are all no's until you get to David Johnson, and you could consider him if you can't afford the Gurley. Still all no's. Marcus Peters is a possible zone option. And then those are really only the two guys this week I would look at. That's my Team of the Week 15 review. We'll get this up on YouTube so you guys can check it out. I'd love to know in the comments and in the chat who you think some of these guys compare to, if there's anybody you're looking at. So those are my thoughts. Appreciate you guys stopping by for a quick MUT lunch. We're going to do some Christmas Ultimate Freeze holiday items coming up next.